beaten her and actually raped her. And she said, I'm afraid, can you come with me so that I'm safe? And she said, we'll go to the park. You can sit on one side of there's a small wall, short wall. You can sit on the steps and I'll be on the other side of the wall. And I said, yeah, sure, of course, but maybe if we walk along, someone else will come along. And someone else did come along. But Lisa was raped coming home from work one night. She was pulled into one of the cellars of the building by another man, and someone she knew witnessed it. She had a witness, and the witness, the other man told him, get out of here, and the other man ran off, but he was afraid to call the police because the man who was a witness was a runner for drug dealers. If he had gone to the police, what could have happened to him from the dealers would have been very bad. And he apologized to her. He apologized for not being able to tell her, Oh yeah, but one interesting thing, that I remember this. He was arrested months later, and when he was arrested, he did tell the police. I did, secretly, when he was in there anyway for the arrest, he did tell them, yes, I witnessed that.
Il y a aussi pour moi une photo, je trouve, d'une extrême, qui symbolise, une photo emblématique de la violence faite à ces femmes. Pour autant, ce n'est pas une photo d'agression ou de femme prostrée ou pleurant. C'est cette image d'une femme qui vient se laver, qui utilise une douche dans l'appartement d'un homme qui l'autorise à se laver, à garder sa dignité, à se laver, à faire sa toilette, à condition, il lui laisse la douche à condition que lui reste là et puisse la regarder. Et cette image est extrêmement belle et très pudique vis-à-vis de la femme, mais je trouve qu'elle est d'une violence, qu'elle symbolise bien la violence faite à ces femmes. C'est quelque chose que vous avez ressenti vous aussi en l'apprenant, et c'est pour ça que vous vouliez prendre cette photo.
Yes, I'm very grateful to Snow White for that moment, for including me in showing me what women need to do to survive. She invited me to come along with her, knowing that that's what was, that's what would be communicated. Not that, she didn't know I would photograph her that way or anything, but she knew that taking me into that apartment and that what was going to happen, that, that's why she took me there. And Snow White insisted that that photograph that she wants this photograph to be seen. She wants people to know this.
Quels sont les codes de cette société souterraine, de ce groupe? Est-ce qu'il y a un groupe, plusieurs groupes, des quartiers, des chefs?
This community, a lot of people in this community go way, way back with one another. Many, many, many years. There was a time when a whole number of them were living in a warehouse on 12th Avenue. And the warehouse now is clubs and restaurants, very trendy clubs and restaurants. And there was a time when there were big shanty towns all along the river. Now that part of the river is a bike lane and a pedestrian walk and a beautiful little park. So they know there is a very strong society, very strong ties among all of them. There are natural leaders among them. One of them is Country. Country basically runs the Batcave, and the women will tell you that if Country is there, they are safe. They can stay there, and he keeps them safe. And he is just a natural authority. People really listen to him. There are strong codes of behavior and strong basic ethics. In other words, they're not above stealing small things from one another, they would probably call it borrowing, you know, or sharing. They're also extremely generous with one another. If they pass by a place and there are a lot of clothes, they'll bring a ton of them down and say, this is for you and this is for you. They'll share everything. They will stick up for one another, always. And I mean, it's a very complicated set of rules, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. The one thing, though, that's fascinating to me is that if there is a problem, you know, if they have conflict between any of them, they have to be able to live and exist in the same environment. So these conflicts are resolved. They're always resolved, and people continue to live together. I've seen men literally fighting each other one night. I mean, a very, very passionate fight, and the next day they're laughing about it. They're good friends. And there was something else.
Alors, comment accède-t-il aux soins alors, tant médicaux que psy, j'imagine aussi, ne serait-ce que pour manger, pour se nourrir chaque jour? Est-ce que les services sociaux, est-ce que des ONG les aident? Parce que c'est pas avec juste le maigre butin de bouteilles, de détritus, de ferraille qu'ils vendent qu'ils peuvent s'offrir des repas décents.
Okay, in New York City, we're very fortunate. It happens to actually have a good bit of services for homeless people, people that are very, very poor. One service that's extremely active in that area is it's called CUCS.